Christophobia, that is the topic of tonight's byline. Lawyers in Ontario and Nova Scotia are bigots. We told you the news on Friday that the law societies for both provinces have rejected an application from Trinity Western University to accept graduates of their soon-to-be-launched law school to practice in those provinces. The law societies maintain that while Trinity Western would meet the academic qualifications to train lawyers, they have some pesky values contained in what they call their community covenant. See, here's the problem. Trinity Western is a Christian university founded by Christians for Christians. It has a Christian faculty and staff. It has Christian students. They have a statement of faith. Their mission statement begins this way: as an arm of the church to develop godly Christian leaders. But what about that pesky community covenant? If that's why the law societies are rejecting this school, then it must be filled with hate, right? Well, it does call on students to cultivate Christian virtues such as love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control, compassion, humility, forgiveness, peacemaking, mercy, and justice. It says they should treat all persons with respect and dignity and uphold their God-given worth from conception to death. How could they? And they also must, communication is forbidden that is destructive to TWU community life and interpersonal relationships, including gossip, slander, vulgar, obscene language, and prejudice. All of this just sounds awful. These are clearly hate-filled people. I mean, you've heard about their no gay sex rule, right? Well, the truth is, they don't actually have one. Here's the rule that's causing the school so much trouble. As a Christian school with Christian students, they ask their students to live by a rule that says they will abstain from sexual intimacy that violates the sacredness of marriage between a man and a woman. That's it. That's all. A Christian school catering to Christian students wants their students to abstain from sex outside of marriage, and as a religious institution, they view marriage as being between a man and a woman. This is why the law societies say no. Both Ontario and Nova Scotia say that if the school will change a core belief, then they will accept them. Now, think about that. Change one of your core beliefs and you'll be accepted. Otherwise, we will keep you out. How is that any different from, say, a law society saying, if you accept homosexuality, we will not accredit you? To do that in this day and age would be considered an affront to our diverse and pluralistic society. Yet here, in the name of pluralism and diversity, the Law Society is rejecting a group of students, banning them from practicing law based on their beliefs. This isn't the first time this has happened to Trinity Western. Their Teachers College was challenged for the same reason, and in 2001, the Supreme Court ruled that the BC College of Teachers could not refuse to accredit teachers from the school based on this community covenant, and that the claim that it was discriminatory. From the ruling, the proper place to draw the line is generally between belief and conduct. The freedom to hold beliefs is broader than the freedom to act on them. Absent concrete evidence that training teachers at TWU fosters discrimination in the public schools of BC, the freedom of individuals to adhere to certain religious beliefs while at TWU should be respected. Despite this, the law societies of Upper Canada and Nova Scotia, the Barristers' Aid Society, they've said they don't care about legal precedent from the Supreme Court. They don't care about freedom of religion. They know better, and they have judged the schools and the graduates of that school to be homophobes without evidence. Now, I joked a while back that we will soon get to the point where homophobia will mean anyone not actively engaged in gay sex. Well, the actions of these bully lawyers in Nova Scotia and Ontario take us one step closer to that. Will they next ask you your personal beliefs before you can be called to the bar? Will they say, what church do you attend and what does that church teach? Will they ask you that before you can practice law? The community covenant at Trinity Western, as I said, it calls on students to treat all persons with respect and dignity and uphold their God-given worth from conception to death. These lawyers could learn from that statement. Instead, they will continue to practice their diversity through uniformity. They will preach pluralism and make sure it happens by eradicating contradictory views. By insisting conformity, these lawyers have ironically displayed exactly what they're trying to prevent: intolerance. If Supreme Court decisions and charter rights mean anything, then Trinity Western will win, and their law school graduates will be accepted to the bar across Canada. By rejecting the accreditation for the proposed law school, these law societies have violated the constitutional rights they swear to uphold. This is not about approving what Trinity Western practices. This is about protecting their rights and their fundamental freedom to hold the beliefs they do. And that's the byline.